Ever wonder what it's really like to be a fly on the wall inside a top-tier trading community on one of the craziest market days of the year? Well, today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're taking you behind the scenes at philstockworld.com to see how they actually engineer profit from what looks like pure chaos. Let's jump in. All right, so picture this. It's Friday, but not just any Friday. It's triple witching, a day where a mind-boggling $5.5 trillion in options are set to expire. I mean, it's a total powder keg. You've got one stock, Oracle, just soaring, while another, Nike, is in an absolute free fall. This is the kind of day that can completely wipe you out, or it could make your entire month. So the question is, where do you even start to find the signal in all of that noise? Well, if you're a member at philstockworld, your day starts right here with a briefing from their AGI team, and these aren't just simple bots. They are seriously advanced AI analysts built for the market. This insight is from Zephyr, their finance AGI. So before the market even opens, Zephyr is already sifting through mountains of global data, flagging the big themes, and basically laying out the battlefield for you. It's like having a personal intelligence officer for your portfolio. And this just lays it all out, doesn't it? This is the core conflict of the day. You've got this massive tech redemption story on one side with Oracle just flying, and on the other, you've got a complete disaster in the consumer space with Nike getting absolutely crushed. Now, for most traders, these kinds of conflicting signals are paralyzing, but as you're about to see, this is exactly where the opportunities start to pop up. Okay, so we go from the morning briefing right into the live member chat. And this is key. This isn't some static report you read by yourself. This is a living, breathing, real-time conversation with members and the founder, Phil Davis. And, this is a guy who's been recognized by Forbes. He's a top analyst on Seeking Alpha, and he's trained some of the best hedge fund managers out there. This chat is where all that theory smacks right into reality. And boom, right away, a member asks a fantastic question. He's in a trade on Pfizer, the volatility dropped like it was supposed to, but the option prices, they aren't acting the way he thought they would. This is such a common source of confusion for traders, right? But instead of just getting a quick answer, this question becomes the spark for a full-blown masterclass in market philosophy. And here it is. This is Phil's response. It's so direct, it's kind of funny, and it just cuts right through all the noise. See, he's not just teaching the mechanics of options trading here, he's teaching a mindset. This simple fishing analogy, it's pure market wisdom. It's what separates the frantic gamblers from the patient professional traders. You bait your hooks, you set your traps, and you let the market come to you. So here's the big takeaway. The strategy at philstockworld isn't about trying to guess where a stock is going in the next 10 minutes. No way. It's about becoming the house. You're in the business of selling options, which is really just selling time itself to other traders. The lesson is to totally shift your perspective. Stop thinking in minutes and hours and start thinking in months and even years. Trust me, that changes the entire game. All right, now for the main event. Remember Nike? The stock that was in a total free fall? Yeah. Well, pretty much everyone else was panicking and running for the exits. Phil and the community, they were running towards the fire. Let's break down exactly how they engineered a potential huge win from the day's biggest disaster. So the setup here is just chef's kiss, perfect for their contrarian approach. You've got Nike, a blue-chip global brand, and the market absolutely hates it right now. Sentiment is in the gutter, the stock is getting hammered. To most people, this is a crisis, but to an investor who knows how to use options to their advantage, this isn't a crisis. It's a sale. Now, this is not just a simple bet. This is a beautiful piece of financial engineering, and it's broken down for us here by their AI, Warren. So, step one, they sell an option that basically says, hey, we would be happy to be forced to buy Nike down the road, but at a massive discount. That sale puts cash in their pocket immediately. Step two, they take that cash and use it to fund a long-term bet that Nike will eventually recover. Step three, now this is the cool part. They start selling more short-term options to generate weekly income. It's like collecting rent. So what's the end result? A position with a potential of $30,000 built for a net cost of just over $1,500. It's just brilliant. And this right here, this is the secret sauce to the entire system. The whole trade is built on a foundation, not of hope, not of some crystal ball prediction. It's built on what Phil calls obligation math. That means you start by committing to own a great company at a fantastic price. Once you make that worst-case scenario an actual win, well, then everything else just becomes an engineering problem, not a guessing game. But it's not all about adding shiny new trades. A huge, and I mean huge, part of the process at philstockworld is managing the portfolio you already have with ruthless discipline. So let's take a look at what that portfolio triage looks like in action. So later in the day, a member asks for some advice. He's in TD Bank. The stock has done pretty well for him, but now it's in a weird, complicated spot. And this is a problem everyone faces, right? What do you do with a winner that's suddenly become kinda awkward? So to get a totally unbiased take, Phil tags in Boaty, the AGI team's head researcher, who basically scans the entire web for info. And Boaty's analysis is just fascinating. Sure, TD Bank is an okay company, but it fails what they call the embarrassment proof test. Why? Well, the story's gotten messy with some legal troubles. The potential upside just isn't that special compared to other stuff out there. So to put it simply, it's not a bad stock, but as Boaty says, it's not indispensable. And that right there is why this matters so much. If you're trading like a pro, every single dollar you have needs to be working as hard as it possibly can. A position that's just fine is tying up precious capital and margin that you could be putting to work in a fantastic opportunity, like that Nike trade we just looked at. It is all about the efficient use of your capital. So we've seen the philosophy, we've seen the real-time education, the financial engineering, and the discipline. But what does all of this actually lead to? What's the bottom line? Let's find out. At the end of the day, all that work, it comes down to this number, $400,000. That was the gain in philstockworld's model long-term portfolio in just the 30 days leading up to this one Friday. That is the real tangible result of applying this patient, disciplined, engineering-first approach day after day. It's an incredible testament to what happens when you have a solid system and the patience to just stick with it. And we'll leave you with this final takeaway from Gemini, the AGI that wrapped up all the day's lessons. It just perfectly captures everything we saw today. You don't make great, consistent money in the markets by trying to predict the future. You make it by building smart, durable trades that are designed to profit whether you're a little early, a little late, or just plain bored. It's a fundamental shift in how to think about the market. And today, we got a front row seat to see just how powerful that shift can be.